What's up, everybody? Mr. Family Van here, reviewing the LSU Alabama game that took place last Saturday night at Bryant-Denny Stadium. A game that was probably watched by millions of people. On CBS, I believe was the network that they showed it on. If you didn't watch it on CBS, you were at the game. That includes myself. Here's my ticket right here. Pretty awesome. I got it. I didn't get it for $85 though. It was pretty expensive, but yeah, I'm just gonna get straight down to the review. Disappointing loss, 6-9. It was a very good ball game. Nobody was ahead by more than 3 points. It was fucking cold though, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. Even though the outcome wasn't was what I was expecting and what I was hoping for. Alabama just made too many small mistakes to lose the game. They didn't make one huge mistake that lost us, like a pick six or something, because no one scored a touchdown. But there's just a lot of small things that just cumulatively gave us the loss. I guess I'll just be going over offense, defense, special teams, and what this loss means from here on out over the course of the season. Offensively, I thought we were better than they were. Jarrett Lee sucked. I thought he would. I don't know why everyone's so high on Jarrett Lee this year. Oh, his touchdown interception ratio is amazing. Look what defenses they've played. This is what I said in the preview. They haven't played anybody good, so their offense is getting just blown out of proportion. Like, they're not that good of an offense. They struggled against Mississippi State, who has a pretty solid defense. They played like shit, quite frankly, against Alabama's defense. I think that speaks volumes more about Alabama's defense over LSU's offense. But Jarrett Lee was trash. I think he was like 2 for 7 or something with like 2 interceptions. After that second pick, they were like, all right, get the fuck out of here. We'll put in Jordan Jefferson. He went like 6 for 10. He didn't play that great either. But he managed the game, apparently. Like I said in the previews, Spencer Ware, not Stephen Ware, fuck shits who like commented saying, "Oh, you're an idiot," even though I clearly put in the description Spencer Ware. Spencer Ware didn't have that good of a game. I didn't think he would. Along with Jarrett Lee, that's another guy who's getting all this praise, even though he's non-deserving of it. Michael Ford, who is the better runner in my opinion, went like 11 carries for 70-something yards. Had like a 15-yard rush in overtime that eventually gave LSU the win. But, Ruben Randall didn't do shit either because they didn't have a passing game. I knew that Alabama's offense and defense would be better than LSU's, and they were. LSU's defense was very good, don't get me wrong. But, Alabama had a few pretty big plays, I guess. That pick was bullshit, by the way. I'll get to that later because I'm still pissed off about that like 3 days after the fact. Okay, so offensively, I'm going to get the check mark to Alabama, and I'm not saying that because I'm a fan of them. If you watched the game, you would agree with me that LSU's defense, or LSU's offense was flat out garbage. So, because LSU's offense was worse than Alabama's, obviously defensively, I'm gonna have to give. I'm gonna say it's a push. I'll say both equally played well. LSU had those 2 key interceptions. Both were huge. The first one by Morris Claiborne set them up with a field goal, I believe, and then the one by Reed, which was not an interception, but let's just say it was huge, even though it put them on the 1-yard line. So defensively, I'm going to say it was even. Nothing really stood out to me, so that's as far as that goes. But special teams, I said in the preview that LSU has a better special teams, and they showed that Saturday night. Holy crap. How bad are you, Alabama? Like, so many things went wrong. Kickoffs. We're kicking the ball off to them. They're catching it at like the 10-yard line. They kick the ball off. We bring it out from the -5. Punts. Alabama punting wise didn't, they didn't make a huge return. So punting wise, Alabama did well. Uh, God, Brad Wing, he is a very good punter. That 73-yard punt was only 73 yards because we let it bounce 20 at least. Uh, being in the student section, we were all like, Mays, what the fuck? He could have fair caught the ball at the 40 to 35-yard line. Said, let's it bounce to like the 15 or so. That's a 20-yard difference against one of the best defenses in the country. That just makes a huge difference. And I really don't want to talk about Cade Foster, but he really needs to be cut from the fucking team. What is he, 2 for 5 or some shit? 1 for 4 or something? I don't know. He's awful. God, I can understand missing from 50 plus yards out, because in college it's very difficult. Even in the NFL, that's difficult. And I don't have the numbers in front of me, like what he missed from, but I mean, they couldn't have been more than 40 yards. A kid that I went to high school with kicked a 53-yarder with ease. And he can't make a 40-yarder. There wasn't any wind. There's wind like in the student section and around the field, but the flags on the goalpost or on the uprights weren't moving at all, so there was no wind he had to worry about. God, like, whatever. I'm just pissed off. Fucking LSU. God. Alright, so, shit, was it? That interception was horse shit. So, if you didn't watch the game, basically we were on LSU's 28-yard line, and Marquise Mays was in the Wildcat formation playing quarterback. He fakes the jet sweep to someone, I don't know who, and then Michael Williams does like a flag route, which is basically the opposite of a post. Instead of cutting to the inside, you basically cut to the outside, and Marquise Mays was supposed to, like, it was kind of like a fade almost, but he put way too much under it. If he would have, not bullet the pass, but in between a bullet and like a fucking lollipop that he threw, or rainbow, or whatever the hell you like to call it, it would have been 6. If not, we would have had the ball first and goal on the 1 and we would have scored. But because he put too much under the ball, Michael Williams had to catch his high point, which he should, but coming down with it, he just let Reed get too much of the ball and let Reed strip the ball away from him, which is what happened. But if you take a look at the play, Michael Williams catches the ball, brings it in, has possession of it, falls down on his back. Like, it was literally just a, bang bang play, catches the ball, brings it in, falls on his back. Like, instant he falls on his back, Reed strips it from him. I might be stupid, but I thought that in college football, once you have possession of the ball and you fall on the ground, you're down immediately. Apparently that's not the case. You can fight for the ball even when you're on the ground, even though you have complete possession of the ball before Reed even put his hands on the ball. Stupid as hell. And that was a play that, if I had to single out one play, it was that really, just made the difference for the game. But, I'm getting really long on this review, but I could talk about this game for, like, hours on end. Basically, too many mistakes by Alabama. A shitty kicker who I guarantee will not kick for the rest of the year. They're going to put in Shelley, or they're going to fucking go for it when they're on their 30, when they should be kicking it if we had a good kicker. But we don't. Our kickers suck. God, like, so fucking bad. Apparently, like, Cade Foster was a 4-star coming out of high school. I don't see how. Right. Anyways, what this game means for us, we have one loss where we only dropped to 3 in the BCS rankings. Not only am I an Alabama fan the rest of the year, I'm also an Arkansas fan. Arkansas is the only team remaining on LSU's schedule that can give them fits. I think they will. They have a great offense. I think they can easily win. If that's the case, I think Alabama moves up. Oklahoma State can lose to Oklahoma, and we could, be right up to that number 1 or 2 spot. So yeah. Anyways, drop a comment below, like, dislike, friend, subscribe. You know, do whatever. It don't matter. Anyway, this is Mr. Fan of Bane here, logging out. Have a nice day.